Hi all, myself Srinivas D, Assistant Professor, Department of Electrical and Electronics Engineering, KG Reddy College of Engineering and Technology. In our today's lecture, we are going to discuss about energy sources in electrical circuit. As we know that in our previous lectures, already we have gone through the how we can identify the different types of electrical sources and as well as how to identify the different elements. That is nothing but the difference between a element and difference between a electrical source. How we identify the electrical source. So in that electrical sources again we have a different types. So in our today's lecture we will discuss about those different types of electrical energy sources. So before going to start our lecture, just remind yourself about how we can decided the element nature and how we can decided the electrical source net in a network. Just go through yourself in a minute. We will continue with our after the recommendation of your definitions from our previous lectures. Okay. So today we are going to discuss about energy sources. So energy sources are nothing but which is capable of delivering or generating the energy. That is nothing but as long as we have seen the different elements like your resistor or your like inductor and capacitor. So these three are the property of the elements are decided by the voltage and current relationship across that particular elements. Already we have discussed about this one in our previous lectures. So if you take any particular element, if you apply any voltage, some amount of response or current which will flows in that particular element, by taking the relationship between that voltage and current, we can able to decide the particular element property, that is characteristics of that particular element. So for suppose if the current is opposes the applied voltage, then we can conclude as it is as a resistor. Like depending upon that relationship, we can able to decide the nature of that particular element. So here, while coming to the energy sources, already we have discussed about resistance, inductance and capacitance. So these resistors and inductance and capacitance are incapable of generating the voltage. Why? Because these are the passive elements which will just absorb the energy. Those will not deliver the energy. Why? Because if you assume any current direction, these elements always allows the current in the positive terminal itself. That is the reason why when we are solving the problems also we have seen that this resistor and inductor and capacitors will consume the energy, they will not deliver the energy or power. So that is the reason why the resistor or inductor and capacitor always absorb the power. Okay. Hence what we need to analyze any circuit, we need to give the supply. So to give that supply, we need some amount of energy sources. So depending upon that one, we have mainly two types of energy sources available in our electrical engineering. So in that, the first energy source is voltage source. Okay. And another one is current source. So whenever we can able to apply the voltage source. So whenever we need to apply the current, we will use current source. So the major two energy sources are nothing but one is voltage source, another one is current source. So depending upon the variation in voltage and current, again we have a two types of sources. One is independent source, another one is dependent source. So basically energy sources are two types we have available. One is voltage source, another one is current source. Apart from the regular voltage source and current source, in that voltage source and current source also we have a two types of sources are there. One is independent source, another one is dependent source. Now we can see here. So the definition of independent source is an independent voltage source maintain a voltage which is not affected by any other quantity. Similarly, an independent current source maintains a current which is not affected by any other quantity. So that is nothing but if you take any voltage source and any current source, it is connected to the some other elements in the network. So the source values will not vary depending upon the other elements present in the circuit. So whether it is connected to a resistive circuit, whether it is connected to an inductive circuit, whether it is connected to a capacitive circuit, the voltage values will not change. It is always maintains a voltage which is not affected by the other quantities present in the circuit. That is called as independent voltage source. What is the independent voltage source? An independent voltage source maintain a voltage which is not affected by any other quantities. Similarly, an independent current source. So the independent current source also by the name itself, it will not depend upon any other element or any other quantity present in the circuit. So similarly, an independent current source maintains a current which is not affected by any other quantity. So that is nothing but independent sources are nothing but it will maintain some particular quantity of voltage as well as current, that those two quantities are not affected by any other quantity present in the circuit. Now if we observe the simple diagram of practical voltage, independent current source and independent voltage source, I'll take this one. Okay. So this is my plus minus. Okay. So this is indicated by V. Okay. This is the symbol of independent voltage source. That is nothing but it will not depend upon any other quantity present in the circuit. Same if we see what is the independent current source. Independent current source is indicated like this. Okay. So this is my current. So this is the symbols of independent voltage source and independent current source. Already we know that the current source can be indicated as a circle. Inside the circle we will mark one arrow. So this arrow will indicate the current direction. While coming to the voltage source, a circle inside positive and negative polarity, that this is how we can indicate the voltage source. This positive and negative polarity will indicate the magnitude or direction of your voltage. So we will give the magnitude, and this positive negative, either current will flow in either direction. Depending upon that one, this direction of magnitude can be changes. So these are the two main, that is independent voltage source and independent current source symbols. Okay. Now, so in this independent voltage source and independent current source, independent sources, again we have a two types of sources are there. Okay, in that the first one is ideal voltage source or practical voltage source. Ideal voltage source or practical voltage source. Now we'll see ideal voltage source. The first one is what it is. First one is ideal voltage source, or another one is practical voltage source. Okay, and the second one is ideal current source, okay, or else practical current source. So in independent sources, again we have two types of sources. One is ideal voltage source or practical voltage source. Another one is ideal voltage source or ideal current source or practical current source. So now we'll see what is ideal voltage source and ideal current source, and what is ideal voltage source and ideal current source. So these are the okay. Now what is the ideal voltage source? An ideal voltage source is two terminal element. An ideal voltage source is a two terminal element in which the voltage Vs completely independent of the current Is. So whenever we are taking voltage and current relationship, the voltage is completely independent of the current present in the circuit, then we can say that this is ideal voltage source. Okay, now we'll see the simple diagram of ideal voltage source. So in that first one we'll discuss about ideal voltage source. Okay, now what is the ideal voltage source? An ideal voltage source is an ideal voltage source is a two terminal element, in which the voltage Vs is completely independent of Is. So what is the definition of ideal voltage source? An ideal voltage source is a two terminal element in which voltage Vs is completely independent of Is. Now if you see the circuit diagram of our ideal voltage source, so this is my Vs, this is my Vs. Now this is the terminals where we can collect the response. This is V, yes, this is plus and this is minus. Because of this Vs, I am getting the current I, yes. Okay, now if you draw the characteristics of this ideal voltage source, I can get like this. Okay. So on the x-axis, I have taken a IS, but because my measured quantity here, we need to consider voltage source, but because here we are talking about ideal voltage source. If I take, this is Vs. So if you draw the characteristics, I will get like this. That is nothing but, even though current is varying from 0 to any value, the voltage Vs is always maintained constant. So this is called ideal voltage source. Now coming to the practical voltage source. Practical voltage source. Now what is a practical voltage source? So the practical voltage source is nothing but the Vs is depend upon the current Is at up to some instant is called as practical voltage source. So at any time the value of the terminal voltage Vs is constant with respect to current Is, we will call it as a ideal voltage source. Now the practical voltage source can be considered as a series combination of ideal voltage source in series with some resistance. That is nothing but if we connected any series resistance, that series resistance somewhat affected the voltage source practically, then we will call it as a practical voltage source. Now if we observe the simple circuit diagram of your practical voltage source, just now we have said that Vs is in a series combination with our resistance. So I will take, this is my Vs value. Okay, if you connect one small resistance in series with this voltage source, then it is called as a practical voltage source. So this is Vs. Okay, this is some resistance R. Yes. Now if we draw the characteristics of this practical voltage source, so we get the characteristics like this. So this is Is, and this is so we will get like this. So it has to be maintained constant, but it is falling somewhat. It has to be maintained at this point, but it is some drooping in some voltage drop is there because of this practical resistance present in the circuit. So this is the representation of practical voltage. So